Mrs. Kodrowski's cookies, I don't know if you've ever had them. They are world famous. I don't know if you've seen them in the bakery. Mrs. Kodrowski's cookies. They're so good.
Not in the bakery.
They are the
so much.
best.
Are they like Mrs. Fields?
No. They should be. She is famous for this. For the past 20 years as a high school teacher, she's been doing this for her graduating class. Every year, all the seniors that are going out, moving into the rest of the world, she makes like a poem for them, and they turn in the poem to get cookies.
Yeah, and they can even check which kind they want. She has a special chocolate chip recipe. They can choose sugar cookie. I think she's done oatmeal raisin from time to time.
She is so loved that she gets all of these graduating announcements from the parents and the students.
Yeah, and at first she was like, oh my goodness, even if I send a $10 check to each of my graduating students.
There goes my whole year's worth of paycheck.
Right, and so she was like, okay, I want to congratulate them and honor them for their accomplishment. How can I do it and still not break the bank? So she thought of cookies. And I think a lot of those, I call them gift invitations because you are sent the invitation. And, you're expected to send some sort of a gift, but you don't get tickets to the graduation because they're so limited. So there's no way you could go. So a gift invitation, she's answering with cookies.
That is so good. Jake did something like this, right? Was it cookies or what?
Yeah, so my 5th grade teacher, Mrs. Winchester, when we were learning about the Transcontinental Railroad, she made cookies that were in the shape of the U.S., and we decorated the cookies as the map of the railroad.
How'd you do with your decoration of the cookies? You did good?
It was great. It was delicious.
He only remembers how they tasted.
not the art I did on them. And Ninja did something very unique. Was it at college you did this?
Yes. After my first semester, I wrote all my professors' thank you notes and slid them under the door. After they'd left for the semester, I stayed a little later, but I left them thank you notes.
Isn't that sweet?
That is so sweet.
I don't think everybody does that.
No, and what a nice surprise after they've taken their after semester break, and then they come back to a sweet little note from Ninja.
Right there.
Life is discouraging sometimes. It seems like you come in and you do your best every day, but there doesn't seem to be a lot of improvement, or you just have a really hard situation. So I just pray that we can all internalize Galatians 6:9. But if we can just keep on going and don't get tired and don't get discouraged of just doing what we do every day, because sometime in our lives and those kids' lives, there's going to be some kind of a harvest.
There is. And you don't see it now, especially, with in the moment and what these teens are going through and these students. Here's what she was referring to, Galatians 6:9, let us not become weary in doing good, for that at the proper time we will reap a harvest if we do not give up. So teachers, don't give up. You're doing good.
And sometimes you don't even know in the moment. You may not hear from a child, a student whose heart you've touched or life you've changed for years. And then maybe all of a sudden you get an email or a letter or a phone call that says, you will never know how much you impacted my life. So just know in your heart, you're doing good.